Hi everyone, it's Jeanette from Jewelry by Jeanette, and today I'm going to show you how to make this simple, easy, and I think really cute adjustable beaded bracelet. So I decided to make a bracelet that was similar to the ankle bracelet that I showed you all how to make a few months ago. I had a really wonderful response to this video. So I decided to make an adjustable bracelet that matches in a way. And it's a lot of fun. By the way, I only have one kit available for the ankle bracelet, and I will leave links to everything in the description below the video. Remember that if you enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, and click on that notification bell so you'll be notified of all the new videos that I will be sharing with you. So I'm going to be using my it's the September creative kit called Sunset. And I called it Sunset because the colors do remind me of summer sunset, not only summer, but the whole year round. So in your kit, you will receive everything that you see here, including the cord. And I'll go through this with you in a moment, but just so that you know what we're going to need for today's project. If you want to use your own materials, you will need a piece of cord that is at least twice the length of your wrist measurement. You will also need another piece of cord that is approximately 10 inches long. And you will need some beads that will fit onto your cord. We're going to be making a sliding knot that is adjustable, so it should fit most sizes. So let's get started. In the September kit that I will be using, you will see that there are some gorgeous crystal wheels, similar to the ones that I used for the ankle bracelet. There will be Maschen jade beads as well. You will also get some Japanese miracle beads, which are called miracle beads because there's a really nice play of color, and they actually appear to glow at times when the light hits them. You'll get some daisy spacers, and you will get some size 6 seed beads. If you want to use your own beads, you certainly could do that. You'll also get enough cord to make a bracelet that will fit at least 8 inches. And you will also get the additional cord that you will need to make the sliding knot. And you just want to make sure when you make it that it fits over your wrist. You will also receive your choice of either a moon charm or a star charm. I'm not going to be adding the charm to the bracelet today, but I will show you where you can add it if you like, because it is optional. So the first thing that I'm going to do is make sure that my cord is cut to 14 inches, because that is twice the size of a 7-inch bracelet. It's adjustable, so you can make it, it will accommodate a wrist that's a little bit larger or smaller. This is a little more than 14 inches, but it's what I had already cut, so that's what we'll be using. This is vegan leather. You could use real leather if you like, or cotton cord. And the only tool that you're going to need for this is a pair of scissors. If you want to put a little drop of glue on your knots, I use GS Hypo Cement, but any basic jewelry glue should work. To begin, what we need to do is fold our cord in half and find the center point, which is here. And I try to either mark it or just keep track of where it is. Generally, it does not have to be exact, but try to be close. And I'm just tying a simple overhand knot, just like that, nothing complicated. And now I am going to string on my beads in the order that I like them. I'm going to follow the same pattern that I used in the sample here. You can use whatever pattern you like. So I'm starting from here. We'll put on a Japanese miracle bead, jade, another miracle bead, a daisy spacer, a crystal wheel. Aren't these gorgeous? I love them. Another daisy spacer, miracle bead, jade, find the hole there, there we are, and another miracle bead. Here's what we have so far. I'm just going to pull those down to the knot. Add another daisy spacer. Let me get this out of the way. Let's see, where was I? Yes. Crystal. A daisy spacer. Let's see if I'm following this. Yes, I am. Great. Another miracle bead. And if your beads get stuck, this one's a little tight, you can just roll it a little bit and just slide it gently. We don't want to scrape the cord. Jade. And a miracle bead. Now it's time for a spacer, a crystal. Let me show you how I'm putting that on in case you can't see it. And another spacer. And I think I'm ready for, excuse me, the last set with the jade. So it's another spacer, and another jade bead, and another miracle bead right there. So I think that this matches. Yes, it does match really well. Now, of course, again, you can switch things out if you like. These are the extra beads that I have right now. So if you need to make your bracelet a little bit larger, you'll have enough beads to do that. You might even be able to make an ankle bracelet out of this if your ankle is on the smaller side. So the next thing I need to do is make a knot at the end to hold these beads in place. Again, it's just a simple overhand knot. And And you can just slowly guide that knot over to where you want it. And I'm going to pull it tight. I don't want to pull it so tightly that I snap the cord. This cord is very strong actually, but if you're using a real leather, genuine leather, it's more delicate. So you want to be really careful when you do that. And there we are. That is our bracelet. That's the basis of it. So now what we need to do is make the sliding knot. That's where we're going to use these little size 6 seed beads to finish it off. So to make the sliding knot, what we need to do is cross these two cords over one another so they're parallel. You don't want them crisscrossing. You want them parallel like this. And I do need to get one more thing. I forgot to get my little noodle bead, so I will be right back with that. All right, I am back. So this is an important tool that we need. This will be included in your kit, but it's a noodle bead. Some people call it a tube bead. Really anything, you could probably use a skewer, a toothpick, but these are just so much easier to use. So I'll show you what we're going to do with that. We've crossed our two cords here, and I'm going to put this noodle bead on top in the middle. I'm going to hold those all together, and I'm going to take my smaller 10-inch piece of cord, and we're going to wrap this around to make the sliding knot. So I'm going to place this underneath my cords, and I'm going to hold on to everything. It's going to feel a little awkward at first, but it's not a difficult thing. Just take your time, go slowly, and you'll get it. So you'll notice that the cord is coming out from underneath here. I have a little bit of a tail to hold on to, and the rest of it is what I'm going to use for wrapping. I'm wrapping over the noodle bead towards me. I'm kind of grabbing it here with these two fingers to hold on to it. I'm reaching in, I'm grabbing the cord, and I'm wrapping towards my thumb to the left. I'm trying to hold all of it together for you so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to wrap it a second time. And I'm going to wrap it a third time. You could probably get another wrap in there, but I want to make sure I have enough cord to work with. So right now, what you have is this. You've got your 3 wraps. It looks like 4. That's okay. And you've got the cord coming out the way we started from underneath. Now I'm going to switch to this hand, and I'm going to take this cord and I'm going to feed it through my little noodle bead, and I'm going to feed it through. Now your cord will be a little bit longer than this, but you'll see it start to come out through the other, through the other side, through the other end. You're going to hold all of these together, and you're going to gently slide the noodle bead off the cord. We don't need that anymore now. You're still holding on to this, and you're going to gently pull this end, the loose end, and you're going to pull the other end. And while you're doing it, can you see that I am holding on to these wraps? It's a little pull from one side, pull from the other. I'm keeping those wraps as tight as I can. Make sure you're pulling the right cord. I was just pulling the wrong one. Just keep pulling the ends slowly. We're not in a race. You might want to roll it a little bit between your fingers. Take your time. It'll be worth it. And make sure that you have pulled it pretty tight. We also want to make sure that when we pull on the bracelet, it's moving. The other cords are moving. So this is what you should have. I know it looks like an awful mess right now, but it won't in the end, I promise. So now what I want to do is make sure that this bracelet will fit around my wrist comfortably. And it does. Because you want to be able to, this is actually as far as it will open. So you do want to make sure, if you're making an ankle bracelet, of course, fit it around your ankle, around your foot. Now it's time to give these two ends a little trim. Be careful here because you want to make sure that you're cutting the correct cords. These are the cords that, the cord ends that remain from making the knot. These are still part of the bracelet. We don't want to touch these yet. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut, leaving, let's see, measure it a little bit. It's about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. I don't leave a lot. That's about right. And then I'm going to do the same with the other. And remember, be careful. Believe me, I have cut the wrong cord at times. So we want to make sure that we have the right one. Just give that a little snip. If you want now to be a little extra secure, you could take some glue. Again, I use the GS Hypo Cement. I will link to that in the description below. You can put a little dot on the outside edge of the knot. A little hair there. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. You really don't need it, but I know some of us get a little nervous that that knot will come out, so you can. Just make sure that you do not get glue, excuse me, on the cord that's going to slide. So you've got to be really careful. And now it's time to put the little finishing touches on. That's what we're going to use these little beads for. You could use any of these beads, really. You could use some of the miracle beads that are left over. Those would look really cute. But I'll just use the same ones I used for my sample. So I want to still make sure that this bracelet can fit over my wrist, over my hand, rather. And that's good. Now I'm making this one a little bit larger because I have a small wrist, but this one's going to go in my Etsy shop. So if you want to buy the completed bracelet, you can. So I'm just going to make it a tiny bit larger. And try to make it even if you can, so that the knot is centered at the top. It's not an exact science here. You don't have to be perfect. And what I'm going to do is thread on my beads and let them slide all the way down to the knot. Now here's where you decide how much space you want to leave for the tails that will be hanging, because remember, when we pull this closed, these tails are going to hang down a little bit. Let me show you what I mean when I put my bracelet on and I pull it closed, pull it tight. Now, I don't like it too tight. So, when I put mine on, these hang down just a little bit here. That's okay for me. So, I'm going to leave a little bit of room. I'd say maybe about 1/2 inch, right? 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to tie a knot so that I hold those beads in place. And that's pretty good for me. Again, you can add a drop of glue if you like. And now I will do the same thing. Don't worry, we're going to cut that off. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to add on my beads, let them drop down to the knot. And I'm going to make a knot on this side, trying to get it close to where the knot is on the other cord. In fact, you can actually hold them up like this if you want to be more precise. I'm just going to eyeball it and then put them side by side. But you can certainly measure. You can have a tape measure or a ruler if you want to be exact. I'm trying to let go of perfection. So there we go. That's pretty good. Not bad. Not bad. And again, a drop of glue if you want. And now we just trim off these little tails the same way we trim the others. And if you'd like to leave more or less, you can. That's what I'm usually comfortable with. And by the way, hold on to these scraps, because in a future video, I'm planning to show you how to use them to make earrings. You only need little scraps. And you can use the rest of these beads if you like to make matching earrings. Maybe we'll do that. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see me show you how to make matching earrings using the scraps that are left over here. So you can just leave me a comment. Let's see how this turned out. All right. Now remember, this is going to be a little bit bigger because my wrist is kind of small. That's pretty good. For someone with a larger wrist, it's pretty good. These are a little bit longer than I think I would like. If that happens to you, if they're a little bit too long and you find them annoying, you can always take out the knot. It's only a single knot. So before you put the glue on, you might want to just take the knot out and adjust it. Make it a little smaller. Like I said, I'll play around with this a little bit because I'm really thinking that these might be a little too long. Some people I've noticed are wearing bracelets with really long cords dangling. So they think they're calling them bolo bracelets. So make yourself a bolo bracelet. And there we are. Now, if you wanted to add the charm, there's a jump ring on the charm. You just open the jump ring with a pair of pliers. You can see how to do that in the video for the ankle bracelet, which again I'm going to link to. And you can add the charm wherever you like. I kind of liked it dangling from the side. You could put it more towards the middle, whatever makes you happy. So that is it for today's video. Thank you for joining me. And remember, there will be links to where you can buy the kit in my Etsy shop, and also where you can buy the completed bracelet if you prefer to do that. Thanks, everybody. Remember to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of my videos. And it was great spending some time with you today. Take care until next time. Bye-bye.